Welcome back to another episode of Organized Chaos Stories with Shabana. Holy crap, this is episode 50. I cannot believe we are already here. This is the last episode of season 1, and the next episode will be season 2, episode 1. I'm so proud of myself. A huge thank you to all of you for listening each week and for everything you do. It means the world to me knowing that you are listening. We launched on September 8th, 2025, so that's 7 months ago? Over 1,200 downloads, and the places I've reached, which is wild to me, but also so awesome. Let's see, Uzbekistan, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, St. Martin's, Netherlands, Vietnam, Canada, all over the US, Bangladesh, Colombia, Kazakhstan. I won't read them all, but over 31 countries and territories, and then for cities, 217 total. This episode is some highlights from the first few episodes. Enjoy. I was going to do a few lines from each podcast, but I realized that would be like a 3-hour long episode, so I just did a few short clips from a few different episodes. So it's kind of funky, kind of all over the place, but I think it will flow kind of nicely. So if it seems a little scattered, oh well, it is what it is. But I think it's still a really good episode, and I hope you enjoy it. And I will talk to you soon. Love to you all. Bye. Well, hello there, listeners. Here we are, episode 1. And let's be honest, I have no clue what I'm doing. But I do know I have a lot to say, and I want to say it. Most of my life, I've taken bold actions and trusted everything will work out for me, and so far it has. So here I am. My name is Shabana. Shabana with a B, not a V. Shabana. I love my name, and it's always been special to me. It's the name I came with when I arrived at the orphanage in India back in 1986. It's the name I stuck with and still know to this day it connects me to my Indian roots. Other things which you may know or not know about me is I was adopted and grew up on the East Coast. Okay, I'll be honest. The goal is just to have 10 minutes for my first episode, and that was only about 3 minutes. So now I'm thinking, okay, what else am I going to share with you guys? I will share a little bit. It is September. The kids went back to school, and it's been really good. The youngest is in 7th grade, and then the boys are in 9th and 11th grade, and we're just in a different season, and with that comes with new responsibilities, new time schedules, new friends, new everything. September is one of my favorite months. It's also my birthday month. My birthday is September 22nd. I will be 41, which is also just crazy to me. But when I was writing notes for this podcast and stuff, I think it just comes down to is we just all want to be happy. And for so long as mothers, wives, friends, we have been in the business of making everyone else happy, all the while losing ourselves by fulfilling other people's happiness. And one thing that I'm trying to focus on in this new season is making sure I am happy, because I know from that I will be a better mother and wife and friend and just a better, better at life and everything, if that makes sense. And today, the last day and a half, I've had this really bad ear infection that's just been like kicking my butt. And so every time I've had a chance, I've been laying down and resting so it would get better. And I woke up this morning feeling better, but not 100%. And I just was like, I just want to go to the beach. That's all I want to do. And here in the Pacific Northwest, the beaches are completely different than, let's say, the California beaches or East Coast beaches like in Florida or South Carolina or even Ocean City, Maryland. So the beaches here, there's just, if you haven't been, they're basically just rocks. Like big rocks, and you're like, just don't twist your ankle and be careful where you step kind of thing. But anyway, I looked up closest beach near me. I found a beach. It was about 30 minutes away, and I'm really glad. that I did, and I took the time to just sit and like look at the water, and there are just these massive blue heron birds, and I was like, oh, I love that. I'm like, I wonder what that means. I'm always looking for the spiritual meaning of things. So where did I put it? I took a picture of. Hold on one second. Okay. The spiritual meaning of the great blue heron centers on patience, inner strength, wisdom, and divine communication. Often as a messenger from the spiritual realm, its calm, still presence before a precise strike symbolizes the importance of patience and observation, while its connection to water and limitless spaces highlights its roles in guiding through uncertainty, healing, and new beginnings. So I really like the part where it's talking about uncertainty, healing, and new beginnings, because that's how I feel about creating this podcast. I definitely feel uncertain, but I am certain that I want to do it. I think it's going to be super healing for those who listen, and for myself just to work on my throat chakra and speak more of my truth and what I believe, and helping other people. And it's a new beginning, and I love it. So becoming more certain in who I am and what I share and what I give to the world, healing myself and healing others through the words I have to say. And it's definitely a new beginning, because I've never done a podcast before, and I've been thinking about it for the past like 3 or 4 years. And it feels good to talk. It feels good to hear myself communicate out. I will say a little irritated because I learned that apparently if you have the free version of Zoom, but you have a Chromebook, you can't record. So here I am recording on my phone. I have my laptop pulled up. It's like I'm talking to someone, I have the camera on camera view. Anyway, that's fine. It will all work out, and it will be interesting to see where these episodes go and the people that I get to bless and be in their ears. And it's kind of crazy the impact people have with podcasts. I love podcasts. I think they're amazing. I've been listening to them probably for the last, I would say 5 years. Ever since COVID, I discovered podcast. And so here we are. And now it's 8.5 minutes. So I'm like, what else should I talk about? I think the other thing is, as I'm doing these podcasts, the plan is to drop one once a week. And I'm here to remind and inspire you that you are never too old. It's never too late to be happy and fulfill your purpose here on earth. You are valuable, you matter, and you totally have what it takes to rise above your circumstances and make an impact in the lives around you. Lady, you are doing a great job, and you're going to make it. Start believing and start living, and it starts with you. And so just remember, moms, wives, dog moms, all the things, that you're amazing and you're valuable and you have so much to offer this world, but it really starts with you and making sure you take care of yourself. Just as I say, put your own oxygen mask on first before assisting others. And so making sure we're getting that time to really nurture and take care of ourselves, and so we can pour from our overflowing cup. All right, until next time, love you, bye. And one other thing, I just want you to know that my hair is greasy. I need to take a shower. I have to go pick up my kids soon from tennis practice and all the things. And despite the fact that I have an ear infection, I'm still on here making magic and sharing my light with the world. And you don't have to be perfect to get started. You just need to start, and then eventually you can make your episodes better and better. And I hope you found this encouraging and lovely, and I can't wait to share more great episodes with you. Talk to you later. Bye.
And it's like that expression where if the plane's going down, you have to put your oxygen mask on first. And that's what is so important to remember as moms or caregivers. We have to take care of ourselves first so that we can be the best version of ourselves for our kids or for the people that we love and care for.
And with that, what are our oxygen masks? Are they listening to inspiring podcast or music on the way to and from work? Are they making sure on the weekend you meal prep and you have your freezer meals that you're just gonna throw in the crock pot a few nights each week? Are they knowing that Wednesday night is pizza night, so I'm not gonna worry about that dinner? Is it maybe having your significant other or partner help fill out forms for kids? It's almost a point where we have to learn to get quiet, even just for 5 minutes and tune in. It's like, what can I delegate? How can I receive support? How can I ask for help? Maybe it's coordinating carpools with the neighbor. There's so many tips and tricks that I think sometimes as moms, we just assume we have to do everything. We have to do all the laundry. We have to do this. I know when my kids they were all in elementary school and we ended up getting them all like laundry baskets from Walmart, the ones with like the wheels on it and they can pull it to the laundry room. So they started doing their own laundry in elementary school.
Hey guys, it's Shabana. I just got back from a women's conference in Florida. It was a 3-day conference filled with amazing foods and speakers. The weather was gorgeous. It was right like on the beach. It was just such a good time. But I wanted to tell you about this woman I met there, and I have to share with you. And don't worry, she gave me permission to share with you about her. Let me tell you about this woman. She is gorgeous. She walked in the room with such confidence, ease, and grace. She filled it with love and light. It just oozed out of her. She stood tall with purpose and conviction, knowing how proud of herself and how far she's come. I mean, this woman was incredible. She was breathtaking. She was gorgeous. She was smart. She was wise. She was healthy. She was beautiful. She was glowing. She has a podcast that she's growing. She's like devoted to her family and her husband, and then she has kids. She's active in her kids' lives. She's just amazing. She just like literally took my breath away. And she just knows what it is to just embody that next version of herself. And if you haven't guessed it yet, the woman that I'm just talking about, it's me. I'm the one. I met my future self at this conference this weekend. I met this woman who was brilliant beyond her years and just everything that I desire, she is. And I'm learning to embody that. No, to a point, I do embody many of the things I just spoke, but not all the time. And I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for the real me, my authentic self that lives deep, deep down inside of me for her to rise up even more. She also is rested, knows her worth and value, and gives herself permission to take up space. She has a true heart of gold. Now, if you can and it's safe, I want you to close your eyes and see her, the best version of you. Call her forth. And each day when you feel like you're lost and fumbling, return back home to yourself, the woman who's in you that's just waiting for you to see her and take action from your future self. It's almost time to pick up Ryan from tennis. Gus, are you even listening to me? Wait, have I told you about Gus? Gus stands for God, Universe, and Source. It's just easier to say Gus. Anyways, before I left, I decided to clear my desk and pull out my encouraging oracle cards for guidance. I drew 3 cards, and this is the order they came in. The first one said, be a light to others. You have a powerful light to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Card 2, have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to set you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. And card 3, step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. I felt seen, supported, and held by Gus. He showed up, and I was feeling good to move forward. And it couldn't be clearer, right? Be the light. Have no fear. Step into the spotlight. Easier said than done. The message was simple to me. Make the podcast. Allow things to flow. Just do it and go. You need to go get Ryan and his friends from tennis. I quickly dropped off his 2 friends and then did a turnaround, and I went to my friends Karen's monthly yoga, Reiki, and sound circle. It was magical, soft lighting, gentle music, a safe space to release and recharge. That night's meditation was about compassion for ourselves and others. I started with lying on the mat, wrapped in my blanket. I closed my eyes and went to my happy place in nature. A wide open, golden field with everything flowing in harmony, so peaceful. In my mind's eyes, I saw myself sitting crisscross applesauce on the grass. Then I noticed I was sitting in a circle of women, but not just any women. They were all me, 30 or so different versions of me at different ages and stages. My healthy current self chasing after my goals, a heavier version of me that I was willing to let go, my lowest weight, my 6-year-old self in our American kitchen, my child self in India, my high school self at homecoming, my wedding day self in my gown, and many other versions of me. Every version carrying its own story, happy or hard. Then the guide invited us to bring in someone we love. Instantly, I saw David, my husband, sitting across from me, holding both my hands, locking eyes with me. And then, this gave me chills. I saw 30 different versions of him sitting across from each version of me. 2 circles, all holding hands and locking eyes. Feeling supported and loved, I began sending a message to every version of me. You are seen, you are safe, you are loved. And then it shifted into a mantra. I am seen, I am safe, I am loved. I could feel healing moving through all those versions. The child, the teen, the young woman, the wife, the mother, they were being acknowledged, comforted, and released. Here's the truth. If we don't take the time to heal the past versions of ourselves, they'll keep showing up in our arguments, in our fears, in our self-doubts. Inner child work isn't just woo, it's essential. We can go within, meet that 6-year-old self, hug them, tell them what they've always needed to hear. I see you. You are safe. I love you. I am proud of you. Everything worked out. You can trust me. You made a beautiful life. You are safe to be you. At the end of the meditation, I thought of Russian nestling dolls, how all the smaller dolls live inside the bigger one. In my vision, as I brought each version of myself back inside, some were transformed, some were released. They left behind what they were never meant to carry. My heart felt lighter and freer. And that brings me back to the Friends theme song stuck in my head all week. Going back to the song, pulling the lyrics up, the answers were there all along. It quotes, I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. No one could ever know me, no one could ever see me, since you're the only one who knows what it's like to be me. Someone to face the day with, make it through all the mess with, someone I'll always laugh with, even in my worst. I'm best with you. That made me realize something even more powerful. No one could ever know me, no one could ever see me, since you're the only one who knows what it's like to be me. As crazy as it sounds, I need to be a good friend to all the past versions of myself that showed up in that circle. I need to sit with her, listen to her, appreciate her, gain wisdom from her, and let her feel loved and celebrated for everything she's carried me through. It's the concept of friendship with yourself, being a friend to your inner child, your inner teen, your younger adult self, all of those different versions of you, like Russian nesting dolls, stacked inside one another, waiting to be set free. And the truth is this: we hold the power to set ourselves free. So, my friends, go set yourself free. Love those parts of you, celebrate them, heal them, free them, and then go live, Queen. Thank you for spending this time with me. Okay, here's another deep question. What kind of socks do you have on?
Oh my gosh, that's funny because I put socks on because I was like, if it's chilly, I don't want to put a coat on because I want to show off my shirt. But so I put on some UGG socks and I have my Birks with them.
Nice.
They're like good house socks.
But it's important, especially in Washington.
Oh my gosh. But other than that, I have the same black socks. I don't have to match anything.
Oh, I like that. That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good tip. Okay. This is more serious, but who do you want to be in 6 months?
I think I just want really good questions. This is going to make me think today. I
Good.
think freer of some of the limitations that I've put on myself. And I don't know if I can narrow that down today, but because I think we all put so many rules on ourselves, whether they're from our parents or friends or a teacher or just somebody you met for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be freer of some of those things that I've limited myself with.
Okay. Well, that will be exciting to see.
This podcast is sponsored by Happy Mail. I created Happy Mail for when you don't have the words, Happy Mail does. Happy Mail sends handwritten cards of encouragement that uplift, comfort, and reminds everyone they matter. Happy Mail is better than a McDonald's Happy Meal, spreading kindness, not calories. Click the link in the show notes and get your Happy Mail sent ASAP. Limited to U.S. residents only.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there will be. That's so fun. I love all of that, and I love all your stories, and I really appreciate everything you've shared with us so far. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if it feels safe and go inward. And I mean, this is a meditation we do a lot in Kathy Heller's world, but I just want you to see yourself sitting on a porch in a rocking chair, your 82 version, your old self version of yourself. And then I would love for you to share with the group about her and what she has seen you do the next 40 so years of your life, if you're willing to share.
Yeah, so I first of all love that image because I've always wanted like rocking chairs on a porch, like a nice wrap around porch. So I can envision my 82-year-old self just sitting there, rocking gently, looking out at nature. It has to be nature, so there has to be some type of, farm or just land, and just really basking in the joy of what I have created, including the family that I have. Family is so important to me, and my kids are still 17, 12, and 5, but I literally can't wait to be a grandparent. Hey, in the right timing, of course, but I'm looking forward to those days. And just looking back, knowing that I was brave enough to pivot, I was brave enough to follow my heart's calling, even though it felt scary as hell, and, created a life of abundance and luxury and travel and fun and just so many memories. Because I feel like at the end of the day, the memories, even the smallest ones, like a simple kiss or a snuggle in the morning, or my son will sometimes give me like a massage to help get the knot out of my shoulder. Like those are the moments that I live for. And I imagine those moments flashing before my eyes as I sit there and just gently drink a cup of coffee and rock back and forth, just thinking about all of the beautifulness that I have created for my family. I want to be the change maker. And I know that if I continue on this path, I'm going to do that. And I want to look back and know that I have done so much for my lineage and for my ancestors, because the more trauma work that I do, the more healing that I do. I'm healing back generations and then healing generations forward, because everything is connected, everything is one. And I just hope, if I envision this the way I want to, that I look back on my life just filled with bliss and satisfaction and happiness. When I was a teenager, I had like no regrets was like a big thing for me. And now, I have a different perspective. Like everything that happens has a lesson, it has a reason behind it, and it might suck being in the moment, and I felt like divorce was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. It really tested my human spirit. But I would do it all again to get to where I am now. So if I had to go through it all again, I would, because if not, I probably would have been miserable for the rest of my life. So, no amount of marital therapy could fix the issues that were going on. But that's for another podcast.
Lovely. I love it all. What are your desires for this year, whether it's your business or personal and like who
Yeah.
you're stepping into.
I think allowing myself to just keep receiving and
Fun.
keep allowing myself to show up and play and have fun and receive the magic and the synchronicities that are just waiting for the vessel to be there to drop in. I think those are the things: ease, play, and trust, and just keep showing up, even though, you don't have all the map and the pictures and everything laid out for you. Just keep showing up to receive what's available because it's all here.
I woke up with the thought this morning, and the thought was having the right keys and how keys are so important, whether it is a passcode or a garage code or any other code or key that we need in life. So let's expand on keys today. What makes keys so important? Why have they been essential in history for so many years? Where did the idea of a key even come from? So I did some digging around on the Googles, and these are the different things that I wanted to share with you today about keys. The first key and lock system dates back 4,000 years ago to ancient Egypt using a wooden pin system. Keys were used to secure possessions. The fundamental reason for the invention of locks and keys was to provide a method for people to protect their valuables and control who could enter their homes and access their belongings. Also, keys were used to control access. Early locks and keys offered a way to grant or deny access to specific areas or items. They served as a physical indicator that a space was intended to be private and secure. To safeguard goods. Before the widespread use of locks and keys, people used methods like heavy safes or even sealing valuables in jars and placing them in ponds. But locks provided a more practical and portable way to represent status. In ancient Rome and medieval Europe, carrying a key was also a symbol of wealth and status, as most people had little value to lock up. Keys were often ornate and worn as a piece of jewelry according to key track. So that was interesting. Now let's hear what I have to say about keys. The first thing that comes to mind to me is a skeleton key. Now, I didn't look this up, but my personal thoughts are maybe back in the day, they would lock up thieves and forget about them, and unfortunately, when they would come back to the jail cell and unlock and let the person free after they had done their time, they would be skeletons already, and thus became the name skeleton key. Okay, now I should probably look it up and figure out what the real deal is about skeleton keys. All right, I was completely wrong. And the internet says that the reason why it is called a skeleton key is because it is stripped down to only the necessary parts that make up the key. And sometimes the key is mistaken and looks like a skull, thus being named a skeleton key. There's also a lot more and another huge rabbit hole that if you want to go down on the internet, go for it after you finish listening to my podcast, of course. I think about the first time somebody gave me a key to their apartment because they were one of my first cleaning clients. I remember thinking, wow, I can't believe they trust me with that, and that at the time we had been friends for a very long time, and I knew that I would be responsible with it. And I trusted myself, and I knew that honestly all I wanted to do is get in there, clean, lock it up, and be done and go about my day. Then, as I increased my cleaning clients, more people gave me keys, codes to their houses, and information that you wouldn't give to anyone unless you truly trusted them. I realized that this was a reflection of me and how I have learned to trust myself, who I've become, and what I've created in my life is truly a treasure. I do feel we all have a treasure chest within us all, filled with so much wisdom, value, and knowledge inside. And the crazier part is we are the one who holds the key to our own treasure chest inside. And most of the time we don't even realize that we are the holder of the key because we're searching all outside of ourselves for the answers, when truly we hold the key and the treasure within us. We need to learn to unlock and allow the treasures to overflow in abundance in our lives. I think of the 1989 Disney movie, The Little Mermaid. Yes, I said 1989. I swear that movie came out in like 1993 or 1994. Anyways, back on track. I think about Ariel and all her treasures she collected from abandoned sunken ships and how she took those treasures to her collection cave. Yet she still wasn't happy with all the material wealth she had. She still desired for something more, something deep within her that was longing to be fulfilled. My question for you and for me, what is it in you? What is longing to be fulfilled? What is it that your soul is desiring? Just like Ariel, maybe you desire to be part of that world, to dream bigger dreams, to walk in places that maybe past generations haven't walked in, to obtain financial abundance and freedom that your heart desires, and not allow your past to hold you back. What is that treasure inside of you that is wanting to burst out like an exploding treasure chest, like in a Mario Brothers game? Like attracts like. Are you attracting an abundant life with abundant thoughts, or are your thoughts dark and negative and you are attracting more anxiety, depression, or fear? I have for sure been on both sides of the track. I believe our thoughts are so powerful and they shape and form our lives, just how when we listen to upbeat, positive music, it can improve our mood and put a skip in our step. And the opposite is true when we listen to perhaps dark and depressing music, it puts us in a funk. As simple as music can be, that is just another key to truly producing a life we desire and just keeping you in a positive, upbeat mood. For example, today the song that's been repeating in my head, If You Know, You Know, you can sing it with me. Ever since you met me, keys to the Bentley, now they call you the preacher's wife. I'm the type of guy that take you out and buy that rock with the... I can't even sing it right. But the point is, ever since I met you, keys to the Bentley, now they call you the preacher's wife. Anyway, Baby, Let's Get Married. You can look that song up on Spotify. If you know, you know. Then I think of another Disney movie. I think about the movie Aladdin. How Aladdin needed the other half of the beetle brooch piece to connect it together to open up the hidden cave of wonders that was located underneath the desert sand. And he was the only person worthy enough to unlock it and go in and retrieve the magic golden lamp. Aladdin looks at the lamp and is like, why would that old man want the lamp? There's so many treasures down here. This lamp is so dirty and beat up. It looks like there is writing on it. So he starts rubbing the lamp to clean it up, and out pops the genie. And we know how the story continues. He has 3 wishes, and it's a great story. So if you haven't seen the Disney movie of Aladdin, you should go see it. The movie, in my opinion, holds so many symbolization about keys. He needed the other half of the beetle brooch to complete the puzzle or key to allow the Cave of Wonders to open. Jafar needed Aladdin to be in the right spot to be the person to go down into the Cave of Wonders and get the lamp for him, because Aladdin was the key to open up the Cave of Wonders with his pure and kind heart. Also, there's one part in the movie where Princess Jasmine comes to town and Aladdin and her are hanging out, and he brings her back to his place, which is this literally hole in the wall, empty building with a great view. And he opens the curtain and you can see the royal palace, and he goes, one day I'm gonna live there. So much of manifesting is seeing clearly the desires you want and going after them. He could have easily been like, I'm a street rat, born a street rat, die a street rat. And everybody tells me I'm worthless and I just belong on the streets of India. But he keeps on dreaming, keeps on envisioning, keeps on believing that one day he will live in the palace. And again, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, he does marry Princess Jasmine. And he does end up living in the palace. And he does it with the kindness of his heart, not because of the 3 wishes, because originally he wanted the genie to make Princess Jasmine fall in love with him. But one of the rules was the genie couldn't grant the wish of making people fall in love. All right, I was not expecting to go so deep into a Disney movie to talk about keys, but there you go. Getting from point A to point B to point C To point Z, I believe in the ability of ourselves to move the needle forward to make that hairpin turn for a different outcome. And sometimes the keys look like taking a pause, taking a deep breath, believing in ourselves, and allowing us to just sit in the stillness, letting all our energy settle and relax. Just settle. The feelings you get when you envision yourself on a calm beach, feeling the sun on your skin, listening to the ocean, hearing the seagulls, maybe holding the hand of someone you love, hearing children laughing in the background, the peace that washes over you as you sit there and relax. Now go unlock some doors and allow the magic to unfold. I've been also thinking keys to success, keys to the kingdom, keys to unlock cars, houses, boats, garages, or sheds, keys to a man's heart through his stomach, obviously, keys to my teenager's heart, shopping and sushi, clearly. As I wrap this up, I literally have been thinking about keys all day long, realizing that the keys to success is not having it all perfectly planned out, having all the details figured out, but just taking action steps. Messy, authentic action steps to achieve the goals. Hey you, yes you. Thank you so much for listening to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. If you love this episode as much as I did, hit that subscribe button, leave an outstanding review, and share it with a friend who needs some inspiration. Thank you for being part of this community. Remember, in every bit of chaos, there is always a story waiting to emerge. Who knows, maybe sharing your story might inspire others to share theirs. The possibilities are endless. Let's live in the possibilities.